I will continue with my speech, and before I say anything, I want to play something that happened, a very drama that's happened today in the time of celebration in Juba. And Honorable Makwelius, because I told you before today, sometimes back, that the issue of SPLA-IO, the word SPLA-IO, and the name Dr. Riek Machar, these two names have traumatized the government of South Sudan. And today, when Honorable Makwe was giving his speech, I want to play how he started his speech. It's very, very important. I want you to listen how Honorable Makwe started his speech.
It is a historic day in the history of the SPLM-IO and the SPLA. It is an important day because this is the day when the...
Honorable Makwe, he sleep SPLA-IO, he wake up Dr. Riek Machar. These two names have ring in his brain for a very long time because there's nothing, his project that he have put is to destroy Dr. Riek Machar and destroy SPLA-IO. But in his mouth, God is not a God that can sleep. When he was talking, instead of him introducing SPLA-IG, he instead introduced SPLA-IO. And I don't think if that is a coincidence. Of course, it's God that put it in his mouth because in reality, it is SPLA-IO that is fighting for the right of the people of South Sudan. And Makwe actually acknowledged that without him knowing that he was acknowledging. That was a very important thing that happened actually today because SPLA-IO is taking over. SPLA-IO is taking over, and that's why Makwe had to come out and mention that was in his introduction. He, instead of introducing SPLA-IG, he introduced SPLA-IO, and that was something that a lot of people are like, wow. So that's how traumatized these two SPLA-IO have made the government of South Sudan to traumatize. So to me, I will mention a lot of people, or maybe some few of people that we can remember when we talked about the independence of the history of South Sudan. We have the living heroes today. I know today the celebration, they were celebrating, they celebrated, of course, Salva Kiir Mayardit was saluted today, but I know they did not salute the first vice president. Actually, the person that we call the father of the self-determination. So this is someone that was not celebrated today because he's inside, he's celebrating this day in under house arrest and his 7 political detainees. So to me, I'm here to say that let these people be saluted. And the first person is the first vice president, Dr. Riek Machar. I salute him because he fought so hard also to make sure that no matter what, and that is one of the reasons that made him to be inside prison today, is because he wanted to expose the government of South Sudan. So I salute him, and we continue to pray for him as he continues to fight for the freedom of the South Sudanese. Another person is Dr. John Garang de Mabior. We all know the father of the nation is late. We have Agre Jaden. We have our father Samuel Gaitut. We all know him, what he did in the history of what we are celebrating today. We have General Nguyen Bang. That is one person that everybody, even kids, know. Very brave leader and general that we remember today. We remember Arok Thon. He was a leader also among the people that were fighting for the freedom of South Sudan. We have Paulina Matip. he was fighting for this day too. We have G. Madutod. He was also fighting. We have Elijah Ontof. That is also one person that we all know in the history that he fought so hard for the history of South Sudan. We have Kerbino Kwanyin Bol. That is also one person that really fought so hard for the freedom of South Sudan that we are talking about today. We have Jay Oduho. This is one also very powerful diplomat that fought for this serious, beautiful day that give us South Sudan. And then we have Samuel Aru and everybody, including all the freedom fighters that are still living outside the Maugin, those who gave their life now, they don't have arms, they don't have legs, and some of them don't have eyes because they fought for this day. So we salute them today and we tell them that we love them so very much that let God continue to protect them. I want to I will have a little bit of mathematics today. I will give a little bit speech. There will be mix of mathematics, and all this mathematics is talking about whatever is going on today. Something that is so interesting that I wanted to share first was yesterday something very unique happened. On the 4th of this month, SPLM 47 MPs actually were put to be released or to be removed from their position. And what does the 47 means? In numerology numbers, 47 represent 4 plus 7 is equal to 11. So the MPs that actually were removed yesterday, they represent this day that we are having in this single day of South Sudan. Because if it's 4 plus 7 is equal to 11, 11 is a very important number in the history of South Sudan. That is the year of our independence. So these MPs that actually were released yesterday, they mean something very powerful, and the Matthias didn't want them to be part of these bad things that have been going on for a very long time. So the 47 of them were relieved and they joined their leader that was under house arrest, because today they are not celebrating as people that have position or the lawmakers, but they are celebrating as South Sudanese. So that have a meaning because they did not want to stain their hands with what is going on today. So that is something that we actually have to knowledge, accept and appreciate. So 11, we don't end there. When we talk about the numerology numbers, we go to the lowest number. And the lowest number will be the 11, which is 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. And that 2, what does it mean actually in this context that we are talking about when it's come to the meaning of what is going on? And we have 47, it represents the inner wisdom. So the remove of these people yesterday was representing the inner wisdom, because these people actually, they had wisdom. They were fighting for our rights because they were put there to present us. So the intuition, their removal actually represent intuition, and it's a spiritual awakening, because when they came and they say no, so that means we now know that actually there were 47 MPs that came out and protest. And this is a spiritual awakening for we, the South Sudanese, that we are told that actually something is not going right, because there is maybe somebody that will not read. There is someone that will not be able to read maybe the document, but they will be able to see people protesting, and they will ask, why are they protesting? And they will be informed actually that they are protesting because something is not going right with the access or the peace agreement. So the 2 represent vibration, is about partnership, right? Because the 2 represent partnership. And this partnership is, they broke. The SPLM IG actually broke this relationship, this partnership that they had with SPLA-IO and other parties. And I also know that two SPLA-IG also were relieved yesterday together with the 47 SPLA-IO MPs. So it represents partnership. So it was partnership that was being broken, and then there was balance. So they were balancing also, because 84 plus 7 is equal to 11. And that is the 11 that we call the master number. When it comes to numerology's number, the 11 represent the master number. And that's why we got our independence on this master number. And it's a very special number in the history of South Sudan. It represents diplomacy, because now everybody has seen that actually when we put them there, we now have MPs that we can say that can fight for us. So we already know that tomorrow when you will be electing these MPs, you will know that there will be people that will be able to represent you. And that is something actually to them, congratulations for doing what is right in the country. Because when you do what is right and people remove you, then the whole world will be able to see actually that they don't want to do the right thing. And that's what you gave us on that day. And in the 47 is a message that you are on the right path toward your higher purpose, and trust your intuition and keep building all these dreams that you want to bring to us, the people of South Sudan. So with that, we are going to leave with this 47 MPs relief yesterday. It represents a foundation. They put a foundation down. It represents intuition. It's unity and justice for the people and the future of South Sudan. So this is what I wanted to comment about this 47 MPs that were relieved yesterday. And I have a quote for the day, for this special day, and I say, a nation is not built by the hands that begin the journey alone, but by those who carry it forward in peace for the generations yet to come. So what does this message say? I am here to remind the SPLM, SPLA-IG and SPLA-IO, whoever is there, and I saw a comment from CDR the other day that he said that they are there to enjoy the resources of what they did. So I'm here to tell them that it's not a must, or it cannot be because you fought for this country that you will silence other young people, young brains, young wisdom to bring into the building of South Sudan. So I'm telling them that actually we need new brains, we need fresh minds, people that have gone to school in these 21st centuries, those who understand what it means actually to have a country, those who can be able to compete with the other rest of the world. So when war rests, the people rise. So we want to rise, but the SPLA, IG is hijacking everything. They are not giving us anything, and they are not even giving freedom for other people. So today is on the 16th of May 2026, and we are celebrating the 1983. That is the time that actually the formation of the SPLA that start fighting. And this actually, why did they form this? On the 27th of February 1972, there was an Addis Ababa agreement that was signed by the Sudan government and the South and the people of the South. And now the Sudan government did not honor this. They did not honor this agreement. And now our leaders or our martyrs work so hard to make sure, okay, and then we are going to violate this agreement because they already violated and they don't want to go with it. And this was the first actually day that the bullet of this, the violation of that agreement was on this day, 1983, 16 May. So this 83, what does it represent? The 83 is 8 plus 3 is equal to 11. If I'm lying, you can check on your phone. 1983 represents 8 plus 3 is equal to what? Is equal to 11. The same 11, we got our independence. If we actually that time, if we had somebody that had understanding of numerologies, who will understand very well that on this 83 is 8 plus 3 is equal to 11. And we knew actually we came from a very long way when we were fighting that actually this 11 is a very important day. So we knew from the first day that SPLA shoot their bullet, then that was the first day actually we, the date that the year that our country was going to be found was shown to us. So that's why when it's 8 plus 3 is equal to 11. And that 11 is the 2011 that we got our independence. When you add all of them, it's going to be 1 plus 6 plus 0 plus 5 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 is equal to 22. And this 22 actually is another important number, because we take the 22 is 22 minus the 1. In 2026 is 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 is equal to what? Is equal to 10. 10 is 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. So that one, you are going to take 22. This 22 minus 1 is going to give us what? Is going to give us the 21 years of the fighting of this freedom, that the day we are celebrating today. So this 22, we will go ahead, because in numerology numbers, you go to the last smallest number. So it's going to be 2. 22 is going to be 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. And this 4 represents foundation. And this foundation is very important in the history of South Sudan. When we open the history of South Sudan, the 4 represent the compass. We have, when you draw the compass, it's going to be 4 corners. And was also, the Nuer people will say that they call themselves Nuerkangwan, the Jikany, the Lao Nuer, the Gawar, and the Bentiu. They call themselves Nuerkangwan. So these 4 also represent this Nuer that we are seeing and dying this single day. So this 4 is not an easy thing. This 4 is the foundation of South Sudan. And that's why when also you go to the year 2011, 2011 is 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 4. So the same 4 that we got in our independence is the same 4 that we are getting when we add 1 plus 6, which is the date of today, plus the month, which is 0 plus 1 plus 5 is equal to plus 2, which is the year, plus 0 plus 2 plus 6, we get 22. And 22 is going to be 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. And that is what? This is the same 4 that we get from the independent is the same 4 that we get here. And these 4 have a lot of meaning, because these 4 represent the Nuer people that you are seeing in the 16 counties. And also, just like when you add the date of the independent and the month of the independent, that is going to be 9 plus 7 is equal to 16 counties of the Nuer people. And then 1 plus 6, because you must go to the lowest number, it's going to be 1 plus 6 is equal to 7. The 7 colors of the rainbow and the 7th month that we got our independence. We have to be very careful when we come to country like South Sudan, because this is a spiritual country. It's not any country that we can say that is what. We cannot compare it with any country. It's a very special country. So when we come here, we add 1983 actually will surprise you. If you add the 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 3, it will bring you 21. You try it. 1983, try to add all the numbers. So 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 1 is equal to, plus 3 is equal to 21. If I am lying, you check. 1983, try to add all the numbers. 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 3 is equal to 21. That is the 21 years. So if we were actually serious and we could open it up clearly, we will see that actually this 21 years was what we will have been prepared for. Because it showed us from here that we were going to fight for 21 years. And it showed us also 8 plus 3 is equal to 11. So it gave us the year of the independence. And it gave us the amount of the years that we were going to spend fighting for the freedom of South Sudan. I know a lot of people will not be able to understand what is going on. It will take time for you to understand. But this is the reality that is in the ground. Let's continue. We have now, it's going to be the 21. We have to go to the last digit, the smallest digits, which is going to be the 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. What is this 3? This 3 is the date that actually the Matthias Day. The Matthias Day is the 30th. 30th is 3 plus 0 is equal to 3. 3 plus 0 is equal to 3. So what does that tell us? That we get the same day that we can now call the Matthias Day, which is the 30th day. So this number 3 is very special in the history of South Sudan. Number 4 is very special in the history of South Sudan. And now, all this together give us the what we celebrate today, which is stability. Stability, foundation, order, discipline, hard work, and protection. And I can say from today and from the numbers I am seeing right now that actually the next SPLA celebration is going to be different. This is what I can say. It's going to be different and it's going to be very beautiful and it's going to be more unique compared to what was celebrated today, because there will be more things that will be done and there will be good things actually that we will be celebrating. We will not only celebrate our heroes, but we will also celebrate at least a small thing that have been done in the country. The foundation. It's time to build strong roots in your personal and professional life as South Sudanese. The protection for us is the universe, and spiritual guides are protecting you, me, and supporting our journey. And discipline, stay focused, be patient, and keep taking step-by-step actions. Stability is you are being guided towards lasting success and inner peace. Because what South Sudanese actually are suffering from, we are not only suffering from the peace that we need outside or that we need from everything, but we are also suffering from inner peace. South Sudanese doesn't have peace from inside because we always say you can only give what you have. If you don't have peace in your heart, you cannot give peace. If you don't have love in your heart, you cannot give love. So you only give what you have. And this is what we are being told, that they are going to be inner peace for South Sudanese. What does that tell us? There are going to be reconciliation. There are going to be more beautiful, peaceful journey that we will be stepping in from this day onward. We talk about purpose, very important. What is the purpose of South Sudan? What is the purpose of SPLA? For the 43 years, the only thing that we have achieved is the independent. For 43 years. The only thing that we have achieved as South Sudanese is what? Is the independence. So if we have the independence, then there's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of work to be done. Getting the independence doesn't mean that we put now our hands, we sit down and we wait for the country to fix itself. Nobody will come from outside to fix South Sudan, so we have to wake up. And everybody pick their purpose. What do you know? What can you offer? What can you do? Because now the time of independence is finished. We are now here to build. Our Matthias gave us the country. So who are we not to do our part? Because individually, before you pinpoint anybody as a South Sudanese, what have you done? What have you done for the country? Because the Matthias worked so hard, they gave their life for this country. So what are you doing? And then another thing is, other people are still giving their life, but for what? Other people are still giving their life for what? This is the question we should all be asking ourselves. What are we giving our life for? Are we looking for another independence? These are the questions each individual should ask themselves. What are we fighting for? So we should make sure that we ask that question. And from today, you need to remember, as a South Sudanese, If you are alive today, remember your father, your brother, your uncle, your fellow South Sudanese gave their life those years so that we can have a country. It is time to build. And it's time to hold hands together and people build. Or you will be dying for nothing. You will be dying for selfish interests of some individuals that doesn't want the country to be in peace. For selfish interests for some people that want to only enjoy, to only give resources to their children, resources that they will not be able to take anywhere, resources that they are going to leave in this world. Because nobody, not even President Salva, will go with our resources. He will. He will still do what? He will still go and he will leave all the resources that he's killing. He will also leave behind the power that he is killing South Sudanese for. Many generals were there before and they left. They died. And they did not go with the leadership. They did not go with power. Power is left here. So President Salva will still leave power and he will go without power. When we will be burying him going, he will go, he will not be received wherever he's going as a president of South Sudan. He's going to be received as a human being. And he's killing a lot of innocent people without, he gave his life to money and power so that he can continue to kill innocent South Sudanese. I have a speech from one South Sudanese that he tried to put all the challenges that the SPLA, SPLM, IG have done because they have jacked everything. They left, they removed everybody and they want to be the one to control this country. So I will be able to read that later on. It's very long, but I know it will be boring, but I'll try to summarize it. Another thing is, a lot of people are attacking me and attacking those who are sharing the pictures of Adut Salva and our family. I am here to remind you, we the South Sudanese, anytime we see Adut Salva Kiir, anytime we see any member of Adut family, we don't see them as human beings. We see our resources as South Sudanese. There is something that needs to stick in the mind of South Sudanese. Before you judge us, you ask yourself, where is the resources of South Sudan? Because when you go to who is selling the crude oil, the person that is selling the crude oil is Adut Salva Kiir with her company. When you go to where the resources, the money that is being get from the passports, it goes to Adut Salva Kiir company account. When you go and check the gold, who sell the gold? Adut Salva company sell the gold. Where are the revenue? All this money we have is going through Adut Salva Kiir. It cannot pass without Adut Salva. So when I come and I tell Adut that she should stop enjoying the resources of South Sudan, and you are telling me that I'm making a mistake, I'm here to remind you, when I see Adut, I see the oil money. When I see Adut, I see the gold money. When I see Adut, I see the revenue, that all the tax that have been collected. So please, I'm here to remind you, don't come and attack me that I am not doing the right thing, that I'm not, I don't care. Adut can collect the all alcohol companies in this world. She can drink 24/7. I don't care. But my resources, the South Sudanese resources, we see these resources through Adut Salva and her family. So before you come out and try to condemn us, remember, we have resources that we are following. If you don't want to follow the resources of South Sudan because you want to say Concord, because Concord, the word Concord have destroyed South Sudan. If there's nobody that have ever tell the Dinka community that this word you call Concord have more consequences than the disadvantages, then you need to hear from me today. The word Concord have destroyed South Sudan. It have more disadvantages more than advantages. You need to recheck. Don't only see the advantages, also check the disadvantages, because the word concord, anything that need to be discussed, you say concord, we are dinkas. We can go and discuss, it's our family problem. This is not, if President Kiir is the president of South Sudan, then there is nothing like our family. There is nothing like family that is involving anything about South Sudan. So you need to know today that go and sit down, think about how have this country been destroyed by the word concord. Because Concord have jailed Paul Malone many years ago and now chasing out of South Sudan. That is the word concord that have sent it out. We have the word concord is now jailing General Concord, because when people want to talk, they say, no, Concord, we are the Dinka community. And then from there, South Sudan is being destroyed by the word concord. When they steal and loot our resources, you say concord, we cannot expose them because they are our members. They are our community. And this concord have destroyed South Sudan more than anything. The word concord have destroyed South Sudan because there's always backdoor meeting that is being discussed in Dinka language, because that's what have destroyed South Sudan. The word concord always forward a lot of things to the General Council of Elders who are destroying South Sudan. We have to tell ourselves the truth. If we don't talk about these things, we are lying to ourselves. If we don't talk about these things, then we are going nowhere. But thank God that Dr. Ruac have exposed every individual that is destroying South Sudan, because he's actually house arrest. You did good by arresting him, because if you didn't arrest him,